since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stuck a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Why?
Question for Canelo Alvarez. You both are making history in this fight, and you've been in that spot before that Terrence is right now. You moved up to chase greatness. So how do you compare that spot to the one you're in now, where you're fighting the guy who's moving up to chase greatness?
I've been in his situation before, and I know, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna do my best. I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different. You see what happens when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is a great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
That means you're a good fighter and B-Ball is a great fighter, right? Right? Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass with
You're
a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
I'm saying.
But I'm great.
Okay. So every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
Question for Terrence Crawford. You're daring to be great like this. So how do you approach not only fighting an opponent as credentialed as Canelo, but also moving up to chase greatness and dare to be great?
Listen, like I always said, I'm a big fan of Canelo. He's a great fighter. I think I'm better. I think everything that I have inside myself, the tools that I have, I'm capable of doing. And I'm great. Come September 13th, I will become the first to go 3 times in this school. Undisputed champion.
Who's got the next question? Go ahead.
Pregunta para Canelo. Ya escuchaste la reacción de la gente mexicana aquí adentro. Escúchame.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Toda la gente mexicana que está aquí.
Canelo, you've heard the support of the crowd. Can you hear him? You hear him screaming. What does it feel like to have an entire nation behind you this way?
La verdad es que me siento muy contento, me siento muy agradecido con todos ustedes, porque a lo largo de mi carrera siempre me han apoyado. Me siento muy contento de poder representar a mi país, en otro país, de pintar la bandera mexicana y estar involucrado en este tipo de peleas, en peleas grandes. En el fin de semana de la independencia para mí es un orgullo. Muchas gracias a todos por su apoyo. ¡Que viva México, cabrones!
We're all like to bear an opportunity to paint that weekend in the colors of Mexico in the weekend of the independence of Mexico. Thank you for your support.
Question for Canelo Alvarez. The Mexican people traveled everywhere to see you. How loud is it going to be on September 13th?
Oh, it's gonna be big. You're barely gonna contact with your girlfriend. Believe me, it's gonna be big.
And question for Terrence Crawford. Your coach, Bo Mack, is here. How special is it to represent him on the biggest stage in the world?
Very special. For all of us. Speak up! Canelo got a big fan base, but there's only one thing you gotta keep in mind. You can't fight for it.
Go ahead. Who's next? Go ahead.
Pregunta para Saúl Canelo Álvarez, directo desde España, desde el Parque de Torres. Guillermo Curia siempre ha dicho que te tiene muchísimo respeto, que sería un sueño llegar a pelear contra ti si algún día se pasa al boxeo. ¿Cómo ves a Ilia como boxeador? ¿Te gustaría que algún día llegase a darse esa pelea?
Ilya Taporia has said he respects you a lot and he would love to fight you if he ever came into boxing. How do you see him as a boxer? And what would you think of a fight against Ilya Taporia?
La verdad es que nunca lo he visto pelear bien, una pelea completa, pero para mí es un honor que obviamente agarre el grupo de mi boxeo. También mis respetos para todo tipo de peleadores, mis respetos para todos. Y lo de la pelea, bueno, ya veremos después, ¿no? Así que primero lo primero. Le deseo lo mejor.
First of all, I've never seen seen him fight a full fight, like a complete fight, and I really love what and I respect a lot and I admire and thank you. And I have a lot of gratitude for fighters that take a little bit of my fighting and respect it. It's awesome to see other fighters like me. But let's see, as far as the fighting is, first things first, let's swear about this now.
Go ahead, sir.
Question for Terrence to you. There's a narrative that's built over the last few years that Canelo's best days may be behind him. Given that narrative that's emerging, do you think that you're going to get the credit?
I don't know. No, that's not the thing that I'm focused on. I just focus on the job. So big, I get the credit from them. So I got the big.
Will that be frustrating because there's different laws that goes on? No, I just
It's not frustrating because I've been dealing with it my whole career. So it ain't nothing to me.
And question for Sal, what do you make of people saying that your best days are behind you?
We'll see September 13th. They can talk, as you will see.
Go ahead, Sal.
One for Terrence, one for Dana. Terrence, every time that you fight, so much is being made of your resume. Constantly people are saying, whoever you are. How much does it motivate you for this fight? To actually hear that you're the underdog and that your resume is just being questioned.
That just tells how great I am. When I fight somebody that they portray to be somebody, I make them look like nobody, and they say, oh, he was that much better than this guy, he shouldn't have been in the ring with him. So I'm motivated, I'm always motivated. And come September 13th, like I said before, make everybody cry when they go home.
Question for Dana. Dana, you've often said that you hated the idea of a stadium fight. What's it mean for you that this stadium fight is actually in Allegiant and in Las Vegas?
Yeah, the fact that I don't like stadiums because I feel like the experience isn't great for fights. So it's my job, my team's job to make sure that the experience, the live experience inside Allegiant Stadium is the best anybody's ever seen in combat sports. So that's our challenge going into this thing. And, we did the Spear in a short amount of time, so I guarantee you we'll pull this off too. Thanks. Go ahead.
Question for Canelo and Dana. Have you made up after Dana made you wait for that Kovalev fight all those years ago?
Fucking Plátano made me wait, but I get mad after that. No, about him. I never wait for anybody.
What was the question? We make up after what?
Did you make it up for the Kovalev incident a couple of years ago, where you made him wait a few hours for his fight while you had a show in New
I don't
York?
think we ever had beef about that. We've never, I've known Canelo for a while. We've never had a problem ever. Super nice guy. People are good people. Same with Crawford. It's a great situation because I actually really like both guys.
Another question for Canelo. Your old opponent, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., is fighting on Saturday. Do you have a prediction for that fight? How do you think it's going to go?
I hope Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. beat Jake Paul. My support is Chavez Jr.
No, question for David. How did the UNLV come to an agreement to secure this fight date on September 13th?
I have no clue.
And question for the fighters. How excited for you to fight at Allegiant Stadium?
I'm very excited to fight there. It's going to be the first fight in the stadium, and for me it's always great to see so many Mexicans there cheering for me. So I'm glad to be involved in this fight.
Happy to stage the first mega fight at the Allegiant Stadium. Looking forward to all the things that they do in the future. The sport of boxing.
Closer to the mic! Go ahead, sir.
Saúl, buenas tardes. Saúl, ahorita mencionaste, has peleado en septiembre muchísimas ocasiones. ¿Qué promesa le das a la afición mexicana para esta después de lo que pasó con Skull? ¿Cuál es la promesa para este 13 de septiembre?
So you fought on September and that day and around that week many times in your life. And what promise are you making to the crowd after the Skull fight?
Oh, de mi parte, lo que a mí me compete, siempre he dado lo mejor, tratando de dar lo mejor, de hacer una buena pelea. De mi parte, que quede bien claro que voy a tratar de hacer lo mejor para que la gente salga contenta y que de mí no quede.
Yeah, for my part, you always have a promise that I'm going to work hard and I'm going to give my best. And I'll tell you what, nothing's going to be left. I'm telling everybody, nothing's going to be left out there. I'm going to give my best.
Ya por último, en lo que has analizado el estilo de Crawford, ¿qué debilidades o qué momentos tú crees que puedes aprovechar de él?
And from you analyze what you studied from Crawford's style, what kind of loopholes and what kind of weaknesses do you see that you may be taking advantage of?
Mira, es muy difícil podértelo describir en este momento, ¿no? Tenemos todavía un tiempo para poder verlos. Lo que sí te digo es que un peleador como Crawford va a ser difícil darle debilidades, pero he peleado con todos los mejores. Entonces, tengo la experiencia de poder adaptarme a cualquier situación.
That's what's all right now. It's really early in the process. We still have a lot of months still until this fight, but it's going to be hard to find some weaknesses. And Terence Crawford is a great fighter that he is, but I fought the best. I found weaknesses, and I've always been able to adapt to any situation.
Go ahead, sir.
Now, one for Canelo, one for Bud. For Canelo, what's the difference between preparing for a bigger fighter like the Ball compared to a smaller fighter like Bud?
Oh, you need to gain weight when you move up, and it's complicated. Both parts is complicated. I mean, for my preparation for Crawford is gonna be different. Obviously, I need everything: speed, power, moves, everything. So it's gonna be different. My sparring partner, everything needs to be correct.
My man Bud, will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
It's nice generation. Opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'll be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm going.
Go ahead, sir.
Hola Canelo, una pregunta para ti, soy Loto de Oreja de Crawford de Colombia. Hace unos días tuviste la rueda de prensa en New York con Dana y con Terence y pues comentaste este tema de que él no tiene un resumen de Elite Fighter comparado al tuyo que ha peleado con Triple G, con Floyd y con muchos otros. ¿Cómo tú posicionas esta pelea en un ranking si podrías así fácilmente con él?
Well, in the past weekend in New York, during the press conference over there, you actually mentioned that you didn't have that strong of a record, just like you did, but you did fought other fighters that are really up in their level, like Mayweather. Where would you rank a fight against Terence Crawford in the ranking of your fights if you could?
No, eso no quiere decir que no sea un buen peleador. Que no haya enfrentado un buen peleador, fighter. No quiere decir que no sea un buen peleador. Obviamente va a ser una de las mejores victorias de mi carrera.
That does not mean he's not a great fighter. That doesn't mean he's not a good fighter just because of the fact that I mentioned that. But I'll tell you what, a win against him is going to be one of the best wins in my career.
Gracias. Good question for Terence. Terence, well, the talks about him, about your resume, that you're not a living fighter. After this fight, how will you rate yourself as a boxer in general?
Listen, like I said, getting over Canelo, I really believe that.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Bill.
This fight is named once in a lifetime event. There has been a lot of talk about who was your best win for both of you. This question is for both Saul and Terence. When you reflect on your career and all the victories you've achieved, is there one particular fight for both of you that stands out as most meaningful and you said, damn, I did that with pride?
I would say for me, the most meaningful fight for me was becoming the world champion.
For me, I have many. I think with Triple G, one of the biggest.
Go ahead.
So I got two questions.
UFC fans.
The first one is, would you consider yourself to be the best Mexican fighter of all time?
No, I don't want to answer that question. I think my resume when I'm retired is going to talk. And I want to wait.
The second question is, would you move up to weight to fight Canelo again?
Yeah, why not?
Much appreciated.
No problem, brother.
Question for Terence Crawford. Undisputed at 140, undisputed at 140.
I know that guy.
You become undisputed at 168. Where do you feel like you would rank 10 of the greatest fighters of all time?
Winner become undisputed. Like I said, Russia.
UFC fans is more right.
I keep asking the same thing, different ways. But like I said, a win over Canelo Alvarez has put me on Mount Rushmore.
Just a quick one from Dana. Dana, where does this rank for you personally in terms of the biggest fights you've promoted or you've been involved with?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my first boxing fight ever. This is one of those fights that, you know, again, Jake Turkey, Saudi Arabia, without them, these type of fights wouldn't happen. These are the kind of fights that you've been talking about 10 years that you wish you would have been able to see. That's what this fight is. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to fight you. Dana, how would you compare this event? Promoted numerous MMA UFC events, and now this boxing event.
What I always try to do, and I've always tried to do since day one, is put on the best fighters with the best fighters in the world. And like I just said to that guy, you know, this is one of those fights. He's moving up in weight, undefeated, you know, all the things that these two have accomplished in their career, and the fact that anybody's even saying Terence Crawford, oh, does this mean? Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. These are two of the best motherfuckers of all time, and they're going to face off at a higher weight class than they're going to fight. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime fight.
Terry, you made your big splash here in Vegas when you defeated Brady Prescott. What's the difference now coming into this fight?
Prescott was supposed to be power puncher with all the experience. It's like Canelo. Great fighters like Bill Khan knocked him out in the second round. You know, so he had the resume. He had the fights. So, you know, that was years ago though. I'm a way totally different fighter now. September 13th. You can believe, you can doubt. September 13th.
Little bass, little bass in voice.
Saúl, ¿cómo comparas esta pelea a ambas peleas que has tenido? Tu primera pelea contra José Miguel Cotto aquí en Las Vegas y ahora ya en el estadio de Allegiant.
So how do you compare this fight against your fight against Cotto and now in the league?
No, totalmente diferente. Soy otro peleador, más experiencia, más madurez arriba del cuadrilátero. Totalmente otro peleador. Obviamente he crecido muchísimo en todos los aspectos y la verdad que muy contento de ver todo lo que he logrado durante todo este tiempo.
Very different. Listen, I'm a different fighter. I'm involved. I got experience. I got maturity. I feel like a different person on that ring, and I think I'm very different from everybody in every aspect.
Thank you.
All right, I think we got 3 more questions here. Go ahead. You're first.
Questions for Canelo. Recently, on social media, came out and rejected an offer from Tesla sponsorship based on just
Who cares?
ice and Mexican.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about that, buddy.
Waste of a question.
But I also support my people.
Excuse me.
I'll be right back. My machine just crashed right now. Sorry.
So we'll see. Come fight night. We'll see. Knock their ass out. I can't handle the pressure. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Canelo. UFC ya tuvo 3 campeones mexicanos, Alex
Melissa Grasso, Jair Rodríguez y Brandon Moreno, quienes han sido grandes exponentes con el striking. ¿Qué características crees que comparten tanto los peleadores como los boxeadores mexicanos como tú?
Canelo, there have been 3 Mexican champions in the UFC, Alexa Grasso and Jair Rodríguez. And how do you compare their styles, and what do you think they pull from boxing, from Mexican boxing?
Es muy fácil esa pregunta. Somos mexicanos.
The answer is very easy.
This is the last one. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, question for Canelo. Who would you rather fight? Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Ooh, terrible question. Terrible question. Ooh. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Say the next one, please.
As a content creator and fan of boxing, content creators get out of boxing.
Boo! Shut up. Never bring him back.
Content creators get out of boxing.
Take his credentials.
Listen, there's always going to be fights that people want to see, whether it's content creators or whatever else. I really don't give a shit. One way or the other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. We're going to rip this stuff out of here, do the face-off, and then the UFC weigh-ins will be next.